In the far reaches of the galaxy, where stars shined dimly against the vast darkness of space, a distant alien fleet drifted helplessly. This fleet, composed of sleek and advanced starships, was known throughout the galaxy for its impressive technology and powerful weapons. Yet now it was stranded, its systems failing one by one. The once mighty ships floated lifelessly, their lights flickering out like stars dying in the night. The alien fleet, called the Zalorians, had been on a crucial mission to explore new worlds and establish new colonies. They had been traveling through uncharted regions when disaster struck. A massive energy surge had damaged their primary systems, causing a series of catastrophic failures. Life support systems were failing, and the ships were losing power rapidly. As panic spread through the Zalorian fleet, the commanding officer, Admiral Cora, made a difficult decision. Knowing that their situation was dire and that they had no means to repair their ships or communicate effectively, she sent out a distress signal. The signal was a beacon of hope, a cry for help that traveled through the vast emptiness of space, reaching any advanced civilization that might be listening. The distress signal was a sophisticated call for aid, encoded with the Zalorians' most desperate pleas. It was sent on all known frequencies, hoping that someone, somewhere, would hear and respond. The signal contained vital information about their location and the nature of their distress, hoping to attract the attention of a capable and willing rescuer. Back on Earth, the signal was picked up by a team of highly skilled engineers and diplomats stationed at the Interstellar Rescue Command, IRC. The IRC was known for its quick response to emergencies and had a reputation for tackling the most challenging problems in space. The team had been monitoring deep space communications when the Zalorian distress signal came through their receivers. Dr. Emily Carter, a brilliant engineer and the head of the rescue team, was the first to analyze the incoming signal. She recognized the urgency in the message and immediately called a meeting with her team. The room was filled with various specialists, each contributing their expertise to evaluate the situation. Emily's voice was steady as she spoke. "This is an urgent message from the Zalorian fleet. They're in serious trouble and we need to act quickly. The signal indicates that they've suffered severe system failures and are stranded in an uncharted part of the galaxy." The team members listened intently, their faces reflecting a mix of concern and determination. Michael Lee, the communications expert, started decoding the signal further. This signal is not just a cry for help. It contains detailed information about their location and the extent of their damage. They're in a remote sector, far from any known trade routes. Sarah Ahmed, the logistics coordinator, began calculating the distance and time it would take to reach the Zalorian fleet. "It's a long journey, but not impossible. If we mobilize quickly, we can reach them before their situation worsens." As the team discussed their options, Admiral Cora's message was broadcasted across various channels, including those of Earth's space agencies. The distress signal had not only reached the IRC, but had also been intercepted by other advanced civilizations who might be monitoring deep space for emergencies. Across the galaxy, different species received the distress signal with varying degrees of interest. Some saw it as an opportunity to show their goodwill, while others viewed it with skepticism. However, on Earth, the decision was clear. The IRC would lead the rescue mission. Emily and her team prepared for the mission with precision. They assembled a specialized crew of engineers, medical personnel, and diplomats to address both the technical and diplomatic aspects of the mission. The team's primary goal was to reach the Zalorian fleet, stabilize their systems, and ensure their safe return. The spacefaring vessel chosen for the mission was the SS Horizon, a state-of-the-art rescue ship equipped with the latest technology. It was designed to handle emergencies and was capable of traveling at high speeds through deep space. The crew worked tirelessly to prepare the ship for the journey, ensuring that all systems were operational and that supplies were stocked. As the SS Horizon launched into space, the crew felt a mix of excitement and apprehension. The mission was fraught with challenges, but the team was driven by a sense of duty and the desire to help those in need. The journey would be long and fraught with uncertainty, but the crew was prepared to face whatever lay ahead. The Zalorian fleet remained in darkness, their ships floating aimlessly in the cold expanse of space. Each passing moment increased their desperation, and hope seemed to fade with every failing system. Yet, the signal sent from their stricken ships had sparked a glimmer of hope across the galaxy. Earth's rescue mission was now on its way, and with it came the promise of salvation. As the SS Horizon hurtled through space towards the Zalorian fleet, the crew readied themselves for the challenges ahead. The journey was just beginning, and the fate of the stranded alien fleet hung in the balance. The upcoming encounters would test their resolve and resourcefulness, setting the stage for an epic rescue that could change the course of their lives and the galaxy itself. In the bustling command center of Earth's Interstellar Rescue Command, IRC, a tense atmosphere filled the air. The massive room, lined with advanced technology and screens displaying various space maps and data, was a hive of activity. The distress signal from the Zalorian fleet had just been received, and the entire IRC team was focused on the urgent situation. Dr. Emily Carter, the leader of the rescue team, stood at the head of a large conference table. Her expression was serious as she addressed the gathered team. The room was filled with experts, engineers, diplomats, and strategic planners, all experts in their fields. They had been through countless missions, but this one was different. The urgency in the Zalorian distress signal had captured everyone's attention. "Listen up, everyone," Emily began, her voice steady and commanding. "We've just received a distress signal from the Zalorian fleet. They're stranded, their systems are failing, and they need immediate help. The signal indicates that they are in a remote part of the galaxy, and their situation is critical." Michael Lee, the communications expert, raised his hand to speak. "I've analyzed the signal further. It's clear that their situation is dire. They're losing power rapidly, and their life support systems are failing. They've sent out a universal distress call, hoping someone with the capability to help will hear it." Sarah Ahmed, the logistics coordinator, looked up from her calculations. "Based on the signal's data, it's going to take us several weeks to reach their location. We need to decide quickly if we're going to undertake this mission. If we don't act fast, they might not survive." The room buzzed with murmurs of agreement and concern. The mission was complex and risky, and not everyone was convinced it was worth the potential dangers. Admiral John Mitchell, a seasoned officer with years of experience, spoke up. "We're looking at a long journey through uncharted space. There's no guarantee that we'll be able to get there in time or that we can fix their systems once we arrive." Emily nodded, acknowledging the concerns. "I understand the risks, Admiral, but we also have to consider the potential consequences if we don't act. The Zalorians are an advanced species. If we don't help them, their fleet could be lost, and their technology and knowledge could be lost forever." Dr. Raj Patel, the chief engineer, chimed in. "If we do decide to help, we need to be prepared for a range of scenarios. We don't know exactly what kind of technology we'll be dealing with or what kind of repairs will be needed. We'll need our best engineers and technicians on this mission." The room fell silent as the weight of the decision settled over the team. The IRC had a reputation for responding to emergencies, but this was one of their most challenging missions yet. The decision to help the Zalorians would require careful consideration and a clear plan. Emily took a deep breath and addressed the team once more. "We have a responsibility to help those in need, especially when we have the capability to make a difference. I believe we should undertake this mission. We'll assemble a specialized team, prepare our equipment, and do everything we can to reach the Zalorian fleet and save them." The decision was made. The team would proceed with the rescue mission. There was a mix of determination and apprehension among the members as they began preparations. They knew that the journey would be fraught with challenges, but their sense of duty and commitment to helping others drove them forward. The IRC team quickly moved into action. The SS Horizon, the advanced rescue vessel chosen for the mission, was readied for the journey. Engineers and technicians worked around the clock to ensure the ship's systems were fully operational. Supplies were stocked, and the crew was briefed on the details of the mission. Emily and her team knew that this mission was not just about repairing broken systems, it was also about diplomacy and building relationships. The Zalorians were a powerful and advanced species, and the way the humans conducted themselves could have long-term effects on their future interactions. As the preparations continued, the crew of the SS Horizon was selected. It included the best engineers, medical personnel, and diplomats available. Each member was chosen for their expertise and ability to handle the challenges that lay ahead. They were briefed on the mission's objectives, the expected conditions, and the potential risks. The final decision was met with a mix of excitement and nervousness. The journey would take them to the far reaches of the galaxy, and the risks were high. But the team was ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. They were driven by a strong sense of purpose and a desire to make a positive impact. As the SS Horizon prepared for launch, the team gathered for a final briefing. Emily looked around at her crew, feeling a sense of pride and determination. We're about to embark on a mission that could change the course of our relationship with the Zolorians. Let's make sure we're ready for anything. Our goal is to save their fleet and show them that they're not alone. With that, the crew of the SS Horizon boarded their vessel, and the countdown to launch began. The ship's engines roared to life, and the vessel began its journey through the cold, vast expanse of space. The Zolorian fleet awaited their arrival, and the rescue mission was set in motion. The decision had been made, and the mission was underway. As the SS Horizon sped through the stars, the crew prepared for the challenges ahead, knowing that their actions would have a significant impact on the fate of the stranded alien fleet and the future of human-alien relations. The SS Horizon soared through the vastness of space, leaving behind the familiar comfort of Earth and heading towards the unknown. The ship, a marvel of human engineering, was equipped for long journeys and complex missions. Its sleek design and advanced technology promised a smooth voyage, but the crew knew that space travel always held uncertainties. As the ship accelerated towards the distant location of the Zolorian fleet, the crew settled into their routines. The journey would take several weeks, and every member had a crucial role to play. The hum of the engines and the soft glow of the control panels created a rhythmic backdrop to their daily tasks. Dr. Emily Carter, the mission leader, was busy reviewing the latest data on the ship's status and the Zolorian distress signal. She paced back and forth in the command center, her mind focused on the task ahead. She knew that the success of the mission depended on their ability to stay alert and prepared. Michael Lee, the communications expert, was busy monitoring the ship's communication systems. His eyes darted across multiple screens as he ensured that the ship remained in contact with Earth and that no other signals or disturbances interfered with their mission. His expertise was crucial for maintaining clear lines of communication, especially when dealing with distant and unknown regions of space. Sarah Ahmed, the logistics coordinator, was checking and double-checking the ship's supplies and equipment. She made sure that everything was in order and that they had enough resources for the long journey. She also worked closely with the engineering team to ensure that all systems were functioning properly. As the days passed, the crew encountered various challenges. Space travel was not always smooth, and the SS Horizon faced its fair share of obstacles. Unexpected cosmic storms, minor technical glitches, and occasional system malfunctions tested the crew's resolve. Each issue was addressed swiftly and efficiently, thanks to the skills and teamwork of the crew. One morning, as the ship sailed through a particularly dense asteroid field, alarms began to blare. The crew sprang into action, their training kicking in as they worked to navigate through the dangerous terrain. Emily gave clear, calm instructions as the crew maneuvered the ship with precision, avoiding the spinning rocks and debris. The ship's advanced sensors and automated systems provided critical assistance, but human expertise was vital in ensuring their safety. In the midst of the chaos, the crew's camaraderie shone through. They exchanged reassuring words and worked seamlessly together, each person focused on their specific tasks. Their collective effort allowed them to navigate through the asteroid field without significant damage, though the experience left everyone a little shaken. As the ship continued its journey, the crew had moments of rest and reflection. They gathered in the ship's mess hall, sharing meals and stories to keep morale high. Emily and the other officers would often discuss their progress and strategies, while the rest of the crew talked about their personal lives and experiences. One evening, during a quiet moment, Emily looked out of the observation deck. The sight of distant stars and galaxies spread out before her was, meanwhile, the Zolorian fleet drifted silently in the dark expanse of space, their situation growing more desperate with each passing day. The alien ships had begun to make small repairs on their own, but their progress was slow and limited by the extent of their damage. The crew tried to conserve energy and maintain hope, even as their situation seemed increasingly bleak. The SS Horizon continued its journey, with the crew working diligently to ensure their mission's success. They held regular briefings to discuss their progress and any new challenges that arose. Emily emphasized the importance of staying focused and prepared for any unexpected developments. As the ship traveled deeper into uncharted space, the crew encountered new phenomena. They saw stunning cosmic events like vibrant nebulae and swirling gas clouds. These beautiful but potentially hazardous features added to the complexity of their mission, requiring careful navigation and attention. One day, as the crew approached the outer edge of the Zalorian fleet's distress signal, a new challenge arose. The ship's sensors detected a strange energy field that seemed to interfere with their systems. The field was not on their planned route, but appeared to be an anomaly in the space surrounding the Zalorian fleet. Dr. Raj Patel, the chief engineer, worked closely with his team to analyze the energy field. This field could be affecting the Zalorian fleet's systems, he explained to Emily. We need to be cautious and find a way to navigate through it without damaging our ship. The crew developed a plan to carefully steer around the energy field while maintaining their course. The situation required precise calculations and adjustments, as the field could potentially disrupt their systems or make their approach more difficult. After days of careful planning and adjustments, the SS Horizon managed to navigate through the energy field. The crew's expertise and teamwork ensured that they avoided any major issues and continued their journey towards the Zalorian fleet. As the ship neared the Zalorian fleet's location, the crew began to feel a mix of excitement and tension. They knew that their arrival would be crucial and that their ability to address the Zalorian fleet's needs would determine the mission's success. The journey had tested the crew's skills and resolve, but their determination and cooperation had brought them closer to their goal. They were ready to face the challenges that awaited them and to provide the help that the Zalorian fleet so desperately needed. With the destination in sight and the mission approaching its critical phase, the crew of the SS Horizon prepared for their arrival at the stranded alien fleet. The journey through space had been long and arduous, but their commitment to the mission kept them focused and driven as they approached the climax of their rescue operation. Arrival at the fleet. The SS Horizon glided through the last stretch of space, and the Zalorian fleet came into view. The sight was both awe-inspiring and sobering. Before them, the once proud alien ships floated in silence, their lights dimmed and their hulls scarred from the long ordeal. The distant glow of the damaged vessels was a stark contrast to the bright stars surrounding them. As the ship approached the fleet, the crew felt a mix of anticipation and anxiety. They had spent weeks preparing for this moment, and now they were finally here. Emily Carter, the mission leader, stood at the command center, her gaze fixed on the screens displaying the fleet's position. The reality of their task was now palpable. "All right, team," Emily said, her voice steady despite the tension. "We're about to make our approach. Let's stay focused and be ready for anything. Our first priority is to establish communication with the Zalorian fleet and assess their condition." Michael Lee, the communications expert, was already at his station, working to establish a channel with the alien ships. "I'm starting the transmission now," he announced. "Let's hope they're able to respond." The communication systems crackled to life, and a series of beeps and static noises filled the room. After a few tense moments, a weak signal came through. The image of Admiral Cora, the Zalorian fleet's commander, appeared on the screen. Her expression was a mix of relief and exhaustion. "This is Admiral Cora of the Zalorian fleet," she said, her voice strained but clear. "We've been waiting for your arrival. Our situation is critical. We're grateful for your assistance," Emily responded with a reassuring smile. "Admiral Cora, this is Dr. Emily Carter from the SS Horizon. We're here to help. We'll start by assessing your ships and determining the extent of the damage." The transmission ended, and the crew of the SS Horizon began their preparations. The ship's docking procedures were initiated, and the crew suited up for their initial contact with the Zalorian. The SS Horizon carefully maneuvered into position, aligning with the nearest Zalorian ship. The docking process was intricate, requiring precise adjustments to ensure a secure connection. As the docking clamps engaged, the crew felt a sense of accomplishment. They were now ready to board the damaged vessel and begin their work. The airlock doors opened, and the crew stepped onto the Zalorian ship. The interior was dimly lit, with flickering lights casting eerie shadows on the walls. The damage was evident, panels were exposed, and the once sleek corridors showed signs of wear and tear. Admiral Cora met them in the docking bay, her appearance reflecting the strain of the past weeks. She led Emily and her team through the ship, explaining the major issues they were facing. "Our primary systems are severely damaged," she said. "Life support is failing, and many of our energy sources are depleted. We need urgent repairs to stabilize the ship." Emily nodded, taking in the information. "We'll start with the critical systems first. Our engineers will work on restoring power and life support. We'll also need to conduct a full assessment of the damage to determine what additional repairs are necessary." The engineering team split up, each member focusing on different areas of the ship. Dr. Raj Patel, the chief engineer, led a team to the power systems. They worked diligently to identify the source of the failures and begin repairs. The process was slow and meticulous, as they had to work carefully to avoid causing further damage. Meanwhile, medical personnel examined the crew of the Zalorian ship, ensuring that they were safe and addressing any immediate health concerns. The Zalorians, though relieved to see help arriving, were visibly exhausted and stressed. The human crew offered comfort and assistance, fostering a sense of cooperation and goodwill. As repairs progressed, Emily and Admiral Cora continued their discussions about the situation. "We're making good progress," Emily said, "but we need to understand more about the nature of the energy surge that caused this damage. It might help us prevent similar issues in the future." Admiral Cora agreed. "The surge came from an unknown source, and it affected our systems more severely than anticipated. We're still analyzing the data we've collected. Any insight you can provide would be valuable." The teamwork between the human crew and the Zalorians was a positive development. Despite the language barriers and differences in technology, they were working together towards a common goal. The Zalorians were impressed by the human expertise and dedication, and the cooperation was a promising start to building stronger relations between the two species. Hours turned into days as the crew of the SS Horizon continued their work. They restored power to key systems, repaired damaged components, and worked to stabilize life support. The once dark and damaged Zalorian ship began to come back to life, its systems slowly humming with renewed energy. The atmosphere on board the Zalorian ship shifted from one of desperation to one of cautious optimism. The crew started to regain hope, and their spirits lifted as they saw the tangible progress being made. The initial shock of their situation began to fade, replaced by the relief of receiving the help they so desperately needed. Emily and Admiral Cora stood together in the ship's command center, watching as the systems came back online. The lights brightened, and the ship's systems began to stabilize. The Admiral's face reflected a mixture of gratitude and admiration. "You've done more than we could have hoped for," Admiral Cora said. "Thank you for your bravery and dedication." Emily smiled, feeling a sense of pride in their accomplishments. "We're just doing our job. We're glad we could help. Now we need to focus on any remaining repairs and ensure that the fleet is fully stabilized before we consider our next steps." With the Zalorian fleet gradually returning to full operational status, the mission was moving towards a successful conclusion. The cooperation between the humans and the Zalorians marked the beginning of a new chapter in their relationship. The challenges they had faced together forged a bond of mutual respect and understanding. As the SS Horizon continued its work, the crew remained focused on their mission. The arrival at the fleet had been a critical milestone, and their efforts were making a real difference in the lives of the stranded Zalorians. The road ahead was still long, but the progress made was a testament to the dedication and teamwork of both crews. Overcoming challenges, the SS Horizon and the Zalorian fleet were making significant progress. The damaged ships were being repaired, and the crew was starting to feel a sense of achievement. However, their journey was far from over. New challenges arose, testing their resolve and teamwork. One day, as the SS Horizon continued its repair work, an alarm blared across the ship. The lights flickered and the crew's routine was interrupted by the sudden emergency. Emily Carter and her team rushed to the command center to assess the situation. "Status report," Emily demanded as she took her place at the control panel. Michael Lee, the communications expert, quickly relayed the information. "We've detected a new energy anomaly approaching us. It's different from the one we encountered earlier. It seems to be growing in intensity." Dr. Raj Patel, the chief engineer, frowned as he reviewed the data. "This anomaly could interfere with our systems and cause additional damage. We need to figure out a way to shield ourselves from it." The crew of the SS Horizon worked quickly to develop a plan. The energy anomaly was moving towards them, and they needed to act fast to protect the ship and the Zalorian fleet. Raj and his engineering team started working on a protective shield that could block the energy surge. Meanwhile, the Zalorian crew also took action. Admiral Kora's team coordinated with the humans, sharing their own data and insights about similar energy anomalies they had encountered. The collaboration between the two crews was crucial in understanding and addressing the problem. As the energy anomaly approached, the crew faced another unexpected issue. The anomaly caused interference with their communication systems, making it difficult to coordinate their efforts. The SS Horizon and the Zalorian ships struggled to maintain clear contact. Emily, determined to keep the situation under control, addressed the crew. "We need to work together to manage this interference. Let's establish backup communication channels and use visual signals to stay in touch." Michael and Sarah Ahmed, the logistics coordinator, set up alternative communication methods. They used visual signals and manual updates to ensure that everyone remained informed and coordinated. It was a challenging task, but the crew's dedication and adaptability helped them stay on track. The engineering teams continued their work on the protective shield. Raj and his team encountered several technical difficulties, including power fluctuations and system overloads. They worked tirelessly to address each issue, making adjustments and repairs as needed. As the energy anomaly reached its peak intensity, the crew activated the newly designed shield. The ship trembled as the shield absorbed the energy surge. The protective barrier held firm, though the strain on the ship's systems was considerable. The crew watched anxiously as the anomaly passed. The shield had successfully blocked the majority of the energy, but there were still some residual effects. The SS Horizon experienced minor system malfunctions, and the Zalorian ships also reported some damage. Emily and Raj quickly assessed the situation and began repairs. The crew worked around the clock to restore full functionality to the ship and the Zalorian fleet. Despite their exhaustion, their determination never wavered. Admiral Kora, impressed by the human crew's resilience and expertise, expressed her gratitude. "Your quick thinking and cooperation made a huge difference. We wouldn't have managed this without your help." The cooperation between the human and Zalorian crews continued to strengthen. They shared knowledge, tools, and techniques, working together to overcome each challenge. The experience of facing and overcoming these obstacles forged a bond of trust and respect between the two species. As the days passed, the repairs continued and the situation stabilized. The SS Horizon and the Zalorian fleet were gradually returning to full operational status. The crew's hard work and dedication were paying off, and the mission was making significant progress. One evening, Emily and Admiral Kora met to discuss their next steps. "We've made great strides, but we need to ensure that the fleet remains stable and that any remaining issues are addressed," Emily said. Admiral Kora nodded in agreement. "We also need to prepare for the possibility of future anomalies. Our experience with this one has been valuable, and we should use that knowledge to strengthen our defenses." The crews continued their efforts to complete the repairs and enhance their readiness for any future challenges. They worked on improving the ship's systems, conducting tests, and refining their strategies. The mission's success depended on their ability to stay vigilant and prepared. Despite the challenges they faced, the crew remained optimistic. They had overcome significant obstacles and built strong partnerships with the Zalorians. The experience had shown them the importance of cooperation, adaptability, and perseverance. As the SS Horizon and the Zalorian fleet prepared for the next phase of their mission, the crew reflected on their journey. They had faced unexpected difficulties, but their teamwork and determination had led them to success. The challenges they had overcome had made them stronger and more prepared for the future. The mission to assist the Zalorian fleet was far from over, but the progress made was a testament to the dedication and resilience of the crew. They continued to work towards their goal, knowing that their efforts were making a real difference in the galaxy. With the ship's systems restored and the fleet stabilized, the crew of the SS Horizon remained focused on their mission. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, confident in their ability to overcome them and achieve their objectives. The final test, the SS Horizon and the Zalorian fleet were on the brink of completing their mission. After overcoming numerous obstacles, the crew faced one final critical challenge. The energy anomaly that had disrupted their progress was now growing stronger, and its effects were becoming more severe. Emily Carter and her team gathered in the command center, where the tension was palpable. The crew had been working tirelessly, and the pressure was mounting as they approached the final stages of their mission. "All right, everyone," Emily said, her voice steady despite the urgency. "We've got one last major test ahead of us. The energy anomaly is becoming more intense, and we need to be prepared for anything." Dr. Raj Patel, the chief engineer, reviewed the latest data on his screen. "The anomaly is causing significant fluctuations in our systems. We need to stabilize our energy shield and ensure that it can handle the increased intensity." Michael Lee, the communications expert, was busy coordinating with the Zalorian crew. "I'm working on establishing a secure channel with Admiral Cora. We need to synchronize our efforts and make sure we're all on the same page." As the crew prepared for the final test, the atmosphere on the SS Horizon was a mix of determination and apprehension. The energy anomaly was approaching its peak, and the crew knew that their success depended on their ability to handle the situation effectively. The Zalorian fleet, also gearing up for the final test, was in a similar state of readiness. Admiral Cora and her team were working alongside the humans, sharing information and strategies to ensure a coordinated response. "Admiral Cora, we need to fine-tune the energy shield settings," Emily said. "Can you provide us with any additional data that might help us optimize the shield's performance?" Admiral Cora nodded, her expression serious. "We've gathered some insights from our previous encounters with similar anomalies. I'll send you the data immediately. We'll work together to ensure that we're fully prepared." The crews of both ships worked seamlessly, combining their expertise and resources. The energy shield was adjusted to handle the increased intensity of the anomaly. Engineers on both sides made final adjustments, and the crew took their positions, ready for the test. The energy anomaly reached its peak, and the SS Horizon and the Zalorian fleet braced for impact. The shield activated, its protective barrier glowing brightly as it absorbed the energy surge. The ship shuddered under the pressure, but the shield held firm. Inside the command center, the crew monitored the situation closely. The shield was holding, but the strain on the systems was immense. Dr. Patel and his team worked to maintain stability, making real-time adjustments to ensure that the shield continued to function effectively. "We're holding steady," Raj reported, his voice filled with a mix of relief and concentration. "The shield is holding up, but we need to keep a close eye on it. Any fluctuations could be problematic." As the energy surge continued, the crew remained focused on their tasks. The coordination between the humans and the Zalorians was crucial. They communicated constantly, providing updates and making adjustments as needed. Despite their best efforts, the anomaly's intensity caused several minor malfunctions in the ship's systems. The crew worked quickly to address each issue, using their combined knowledge and skills to resolve problems as they arose. Emily kept a close watch on the status of the shield and the ship's systems. She knew that their success depended on their ability to handle the anomaly's effects and ensure that the shield remained effective. "We're almost there," Emily said, trying to reassure her team. "We've faced challenges before, and we've come through stronger each time. Let's stay focused and see this through to the end." The final moments of the energy surge were critical. The shield continued to absorb the energy, and the crew's efforts were paying off. The intensity of the anomaly began to decrease, and the ship's systems started to stabilize. As the energy surge subsided, the crew of the SS Horizon breathed a collective sigh of relief. The shield had successfully protected them from the worst of the anomaly, and the ship and the Zalorian fleet were safe. Admiral Cora contacted Emily, her voice filled with gratitude. "We've made it through the worst of it. Thank you for your incredible efforts. Without your help, we wouldn't have been able to overcome this challenge." Emily smiled, feeling a sense of accomplishment. "It was a team effort. We worked together and overcame the final test. Now we need to conduct a thorough assessment and ensure that everything is fully operational." The crew began their final checks and repairs, ensuring that all systems were functioning properly. The Zalorian fleet, now stabilized, prepared to resume its journey. The mission was nearly complete, and the cooperation between the humans and the Zalorians had proven to be a success. As the SS Horizon prepared for its departure, Emily and Admiral Cora shared a moment of reflection. "We've come a long way," Emily said. "Our cooperation has made a real difference, and we've achieved something significant." Admiral Cora nodded in agreement. "This mission has shown us the power of teamwork and the value of mutual support. We've built a foundation for future collaboration, and I'm confident that our relationship will continue to grow." With the final test behind them and their mission accomplished, the crew of the SS Horizon prepared to return to their own path. The experience had strengthened their resolve and deepened their understanding of the importance of cooperation in overcoming challenges. As they set their course for home, the crew looked back on their journey with pride. They had faced numerous obstacles, but their teamwork and determination had led them to success. The final test had been a true test of their abilities, and they had emerged victorious. The mission to assist the Zalorian fleet had been a remarkable achievement, and the bond formed between the humans and the Zalorians was a testament to the power of unity and collaboration. With their work complete, the crew of the SS Horizon continued their journey, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. A new alliance, with the final test successfully completed, the SS Horizon and the Zalorian fleet were preparing to embark on their separate ways. The mission had been a triumph of cooperation and perseverance, and both crews were ready to celebrate their success. Yet a new chapter was about to begin, one that would change the future for both species. As the SS Horizon completed its final checks and repairs, Emily Carter and Admiral Cora met in the command center. The mood was one of satisfaction and camaraderie. "We did it," Emily said, her eyes reflecting the pride she felt. "The fleet is stabilized, and we've overcome every challenge." Admiral Cora nodded, her expression one of deep appreciation. "Your help has been invaluable. We couldn't have done this without you. I think it's time we discuss what comes next." Emily raised an eyebrow. "What do you have in mind? We've seen the strength of our partnership," Cora began. "I believe it's time to formalize our alliance. We've proven that working together can achieve incredible results. I propose that we establish a lasting partnership between our people." The suggestion caught Emily by surprise. The idea of a formal alliance was both exciting and daunting. She glanced around the command center where the human and Zalorian crews were busy finishing up their tasks. The sense of unity and collaboration was palpable. "That's a bold proposal," Emily replied thoughtfully, "but it makes sense. We've built a strong foundation of trust and mutual respect. A formal alliance could benefit both our species in many ways." Admiral Cora smiled. "Exactly. We've demonstrated that we can overcome significant challenges together. An alliance would allow us to continue supporting each other and exploring new opportunities for cooperation." The decision to form an alliance was discussed with the crews of both the SS Horizon and the Zalorian fleet. The idea was met with enthusiasm from both sides. The crews had grown close during their mission, and the prospect of a lasting partnership was exciting. Over the next few days, Emily and Admiral Cora worked on the details of the alliance. They held meetings with their respective crews and drafted agreements that outlined the terms of their partnership. The focus was on mutual support, shared resources, and joint exploration of new frontiers. During a formal ceremony, the crews of the SS Horizon and the Zalorian fleet gathered to mark the occasion. Emily and Admiral Cora stood together, ready to sign the alliance agreement. "We are here today to celebrate a new beginning," Emily announced. The alliance we are forming represents not just a strategic partnership, but a deep bond of friendship and cooperation. Together, we will face the challenges of the future and achieve great things. Admiral Cora added, "Our collaboration has proven that our species can work together effectively. This alliance will help us continue to build on our successes and explore new possibilities. We are excited about the future and the opportunities it holds." The signing of the alliance agreement was met with cheers and applause from both crews. The ceremony was a moment of celebration and reflection, marking the beginning of a new era of cooperation. As the ceremony concluded, Emily and Admiral Cora took a moment to reflect on their journey. They had faced numerous challenges and built a strong partnership through their shared experiences. "I'm proud of what we've achieved," Emily said. "Our alliance will be a testament to the power of working together and the strength of our collaboration." Admiral Cora nodded. "This is just the beginning. We have many adventures ahead of us, and I'm looking forward to facing them together." With the alliance formalized, the SS Horizon and the Zalorian fleet prepared to continue their respective journeys. The crews were filled with a sense of accomplishment and anticipation for the future. As they parted ways, the SS Horizon set its course back to Earth, while the Zalorian fleet embarked on its mission with renewed confidence. The new alliance promised a future of shared knowledge, mutual support, and exciting opportunities. In the days that followed, the crews stayed in touch through regular communications. They exchanged updates on their progress, shared discoveries, and continued to collaborate on various projects. The alliance was proving to be a valuable and productive partnership. Emily and Admiral Cora remained in regular contact, discussing their respective missions and planning future joint initiatives. The relationship between the two species grew stronger with each passing day, and the promise of new adventures kept the crews motivated and excited. The success of the mission and the formation of the alliance had a profound impact on both the humans and the Zalorians. It demonstrated the potential for collaboration across species and set the stage for a future filled with possibilities. As the SS Horizon journeyed through space, Emily reflected on the journey that had brought them to this point. The challenges they had faced, the relationships they had built, and the achievements they had accomplished were a testament to the power of cooperation and the spirit of exploration. The new alliance was more than just a strategic partnership. It was a symbol of the strength that comes from working together and the possibilities that arise when different species unite for a common goal. With this newfound alliance, both the humans and the Zalorians were ready to face the future with optimism and determination. The adventure had brought them closer together, and the future held endless opportunities for growth and discovery. As they continued their journey, the crews of the SS Horizon and the Zalorian fleet knew that their partnership would lead to new horizons and a brighter future for both species.